All right, guys, welcome to the IRC Racing League. After being away for 3 weeks, we are racing on the Silverstone circuit in the United Kingdom today. The circuit is one of the most iconic circuits on the calendar. Turn 3, 6, and 15 are the ones to look out for the most, and I'm going to keep it short since the drivers already started their qualifying. It's a full qualifying with a 50% race afterwards. So let's have a look who is going to win the race today, as it is going to be excited to be back after 3 weeks of vacation, actually. Well, 2 weeks, but I wasn't able to stream last week, so this is gonna be the race. Actually, it's gonna be Silverstone, quite a good track in my opinion. It's one of the most well, how do I say it? It has everything, you know. It has long straights, it has difficult corners, it has easy corners, especially what is the corners called? Like turn, I don't know, like Meggetts and Beckets. That was it. Yeah, Meggetts and Beckets. I love it, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna get everything up as we see that Tem Shadow has the fastest lap at the moment, but it's only Q1, and I think everyone is going through. Maybe one person isn't going through, but I'm going to get the volume up real quick. So this is gonna be the raise volume, as we don't want to get it too loud because it might be a little annoying for some people. Gonna get some settings away and we're ready to go. If you're feeling any problems with the stream or with the quality, make sure to let me know. It seems like there are a few frame drops, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, what is it going to be? So Bilton Matt, not actually with a great qualifying at the moment, only 11th with a 139.5. I didn't really talk about the quality record here on Silverstone. I found some information. It was going to be a 124.3 by, I think it was Max Verstappen in 2020. Because 2021 was actually not the fastest lap around Silverstone. And then, no, it was the fastest lap record ever recorded was by Max Verstappen in 2020, and I think the fastest quality record was by Lewis Hamilton. Not quite sure, but yeah, Lewis Hamilton. As we speak about him, a person from the United Kingdom, of course, he already won the race 8 times, so that's absolutely amazing. I'm not quite sure what the most home races ever won is, but I do think that Lewis Hamilton is going to be up there at the ranking, of course. So yeah, Hawk right now on the lap, 134.0, as he is coming into the pits. So that was not something we thought would happen. Of course, it's been a long time since I've commentated, of course. So I need to get into the flow a little bit. So yeah, Time Shadow is on a fast lap right now, so he's gonna try and improve quite heavily, as I don't think that the drivers will be able to beat that quality record by Lewis Hamilton in 2020, to be honest, because I mean the cars are a little bit slower than 2 years ago. I think the track has changed a little bit, like they changed something, but I'm not quite sure what. And yeah, Time Shadow didn't really improve. He was up by a few hundreds, down, my apologies. And right now he validated his lap. So let's get back to MUFC Timmy, as it seems like these two are really battling for that P1. I'm gonna get the standings up real. Oh my days, my microphone was not on. My apologies, guys. Okay, so welcome to the IRC Racing League. Right now we are in Q1 as we are racing on the Silverstone circuit right now. Yeah, one of the most iconic circuits, of course. We need to look out for turn 3, turn 6, and turn 15, as that will be the well, the corners to look out for, of course, for overtakes and moves and stuff. Who has won the most races? It was actually Lewis Hamilton. He already won his home Grand Prix 8 times. The best quality record is recorded by, I think, Lewis Hamilton in 2020 with 124.3, and then the fastest lap record during the race is recorded by Max Verstappen in 2020 with a 127.0. It will be a total of 26 laps. They will do a 50% race. Right now, they're currently in the full qualifying, so we have a little bit of a recap of last few races since we weren't really there. I'm gonna have a look. Actually, I want to test something because it might happen when I go into another browser. Not sure what lurking is, but thank you, Senna. So, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be excited, you know. Temp Shadow has won a few races, MUFC Timmy has won a few races, so it's really a battle up there. And then we've got who was it? Sami and Bilton Matt who are trying to really get into the fight. And then we see that Mitaksaki is actually with his win. I think he won in Monaco. That was the last race I've done. And yeah, so I think he got a race win, not sure, and he got some great points out of that. And yeah, he really came into that top 5 with a strong position. Not sure who. I think he also won in Canada last race. I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna get the standings up real quick. So let's have a look. We're gonna go to this one, and here are the standings. So this is the Niki Lauda Championship. Okay, so this is gonna be the official thingy, the standings. So P1 Sami with 134 points. P2 MUFC Timmy 133 points. Then we've got Tam Shadow 124 points, and then we've got Built and Met with 117 points. And actually, Gotthard is doing an amazing job right now. He already has 90 points, so he's only like about 44 points behind P1. So he might be able to get into that third position. I don't think it will happen today. He wouldn't even have enough points to do that. But maybe in a couple of races, if Tam Shadow doesn't look like it, but if Tam Shadow is going to crash this race and Bilton Matt isn't going to put a great result in as he finds himself in P14 right now, something might happen for Gotards. And then, of course, we have to take Metaxakis in account that he isn't going to score more points than Gotards because both drivers are only differenced by 2 points. As we see MUF's Timmy now invalidating his lap. Very unfortunate for the British driver, as we had him in Monaco. I think it was in Monaco. We had him on the interview, and it was an amazing interview. He was, well, of course, also who was it? It was either Mitaksakis or Tsami, and they kept talking. Loved it. But yeah, he was a little bit frustrated because of a penalty he got at the beginning of the race. I think it was a 3-second or a 5-second penalty for crossing the corner. But he was just leaving enough space for the other drivers. But I don't think he got the penalty removed, if I'm being honest. So let's have a look at Sami, as I don't think he's on a lap right now. He's going 12 seconds slower. And yeah, so I'm gonna get the... yeah, I can't really get the standings up because, I mean, I made a little mistake. Okay, I'm gonna get that fixed real quick because I don't think many drivers are still on the track. Well, there are a few on the track, but it's not really that important that, well, what's it called? Q1 is going to get, well, talked about because, of course, it doesn't really matter Q1 because all the drivers are gonna get into Q2, so it's not really that important. So I'm gonna get the standings for you guys up too, because it's maybe a little bit more easy to follow the standings if you're actually able to see them on screen. I'm opening Netflix. That's not what I'm supposed to do. Let's get the Lunacy up. That's the graphic design program I use usually, as there is a yellow flag in sector 2, and it seems like it's gonna be Metaxakis' teammate. I think it's Steve Penny, who wasn't supposed to race today, and I see there has been some new guys joining. Oh my days. Oh, we got Spidey Mao and we've got GFO, another GFO guy. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm gonna call him Siros. Yeah, that's one of the most easy. Well, I don't know how the connection is between the G and the S in Greek. Uh, so I need to change this to Silverstone. I need to change this to Silverstone too. Because I made a new interview graphic thing design so that it's more easy to follow who is really talking and who isn't, because I noticed last stream that it wasn't really great quality, the thing that I made for the interviews, and it was also a little bit difficult for well, to really, how do I say it? Well, to really change between the graphics, and you weren't really able to see what track it was and what. Yeah, yeah, just all of some problems, some problems. So right now it's gonna be Q1 almost over. Nobody is on the track. Well, nobody's really in a lap. I think You Don't Trust Me is on a lap. He's 5 tenths slower. Now we've got Reezy, who has been on a downhill for a little bit. Not sure what his result was in Azerbaijan and in Canada, but he doesn't seem to have many points at the moment. Unfortunately, he is all the way down. I'm not quite sure. He's second last with 9 points, actually. That's quite a bit of frustrating for the English driver, but of course he just has to keep his mind on the track, not really concentrate on all the mistakes he's made in the past, and just look forward, because right now it seems like he's having quite a decent pace. He's found himself in P12, and I do expect that there is going to be some crashes during the whole race, especially in the corners I was talking about. What corners were they exactly? It was turn 3, turn 6, and turn 15, where I do think that there's going to be a lot of drivers who are going to dive bomb into that corner. And that might cause a little bit of damage to other drivers. So yeah, they will have to pit for that front wing, and maybe Reezy, if he can keep it clean, he can just keep it on track, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, he's a great driver, a consistent driver. He's not always very lucky on the track, but it might be his race today, because there are a lot of drivers who are having this Grand Prix as their home race, since there are a lot of United Kingdom drivers here in the lobby. I think Tem Shadow is from the United Kingdom, MUFC Timmy, Physico, Godarts. I think You Don't Trust Me is Dutch. I'm not quite sure. And then we've got Roscoe, Steve Penny. All of those drivers are actually from the United Kingdom. And then, of course, we can't forget Bilton Matt, who finds himself in P15 right now. So I think he's on another lap. Is he coming into the pits? He actually is coming into the pits, so he isn't going to improve his time. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't really matter, because it's Q1. And yeah, I mean, it's well, how I'm going to say this, it is really difficult for a league to organize a full qualifying if they can't really fill their grid. Um, so I do think that Build Mat has to make a little bit of a promotion. If you guys are interested to join the league, of course, make sure to go to my info section, and you will find IRC League or something, and you can click on it, and then you will be directed to the messenger group. And yeah, they organize the races in there. It's every Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time. And yeah, this is going to be your Q1, as I'm going to get the standings up real quick. Well, I'm still making sure that they're going to be able to get on the screen. As it is a little bit difficult for me to... it is difficult to get them up, because I need to change them quite heavily. So we got this. Okay, this is going to be... where is it actually? Oh my days. Nikki Laura Champ standings. Yeah, that's all right. There we go. Okay. Perfect. And it should be changed right now. So if I'm going to the standings and I'm going to Niki Lauda, you should be able to see it. And yes, we are, with Gotards being in P1 actually. An amazing result from Gotards. He's he's already more than how much is it? 81 points in front of Physico. That's actually a little bit sad. But yeah, I mean, Gotards is really in his form at the moment. He is finding himself in P5, I think it is. Yeah, that's absolutely great. I'm very happy for Gotards. He hasn't been very lucky in the first few races I streamed. But of course, right now he's doing an absolutely splendid job. I'm very happy for him. I want to get the results up real quick. Niki Lauda. Here we go. Yeah, it's not really symmetric, but I mean, guys, it is. This is going to be your Niki Lauda championship on the left side. We've got the constructors on the right side, as we see that Mercedes is already more than 100 points in front of Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo not really having very much luck with their second driver, Hawk, who isn't really performing splendid, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it's always MUFC Timmy who scores the points, as I'm going to get the the official standings up real quick, the driver standings. It is very difficult for MUFC Timmy to score team points, because he right now has 133 points, and Hawk only has, if my calculations are right, 17 points. So yeah, that's not really well. Not exciting. I'm not motivational. I'm not sure if that is really a word, but it's not really motivational for MUFC Timmy to score those team points. It's actually just for himself that he is scoring right now. But driver standings 1. There we go. And this is driver standings. Oh, this is driver standings 2. Hold on. Yeah, it's really annoying because OBS has made a little update, and it's really it's well. How do I say it? It annoys me because all the things are new, and I don't like it at all. Because I need to change all these little settings. So right now here we got the standings, the driver standings. So we see that Salamaris, as I spoke about it a few minutes ago, is right now P1, MUFC Timmy P2, and it's really close for that top 5 battle at the back of at the middle of the grid, because we see that Metaxakis has 88 points. We see that Scenario has 65 points, and then we've got Gotthard, who just came into the top 5 with 90 points. And yeah, it seems like Talamaris is also on a rampage at the moment. He is. I'm not gonna say outperforming everyone, but he is really fast at the moment. I'm gonna get the settings up real quick. The tires doesn't really matter. You don't trust me with the fastest lap? That's amazing. AZ Dog, who just beat them by 5 tenths. 128.6. That's actually a good lap. Built and met with a 128.9. I don't think a lot of drivers have put in some great, oh, my apologies, have put in some great practice at the moment, because it doesn't seem like they're putting in some fast laps. I mean, the fastest lap ever recorded in a qualifying was a 124.3, and the drivers right now are putting 128s in. And it seems like the Alfa Romeo drivers are having a little battle here. Ooh, and it might be a little frustrating for MUFC Timmy. Yeah, he was right behind Hawk, and Hawk invalidated his lap, so that's going to be a little controversial for the Alfa Romeo drivers, actually. Hawk, who invalidated his lap, and then we've got MUFC Timmy, who was right behind him, going for a lap, and Yeah, it seems like Hog just ruined his lap, to be honest, because he finds himself in P6 right now. He was way faster in Q1. And yeah, Hog was just driving. How do I say this? My vocabulary hasn't improved, guys. Um, he was blocking him. Yeah, I'll say blocking him. I know there is another word for it, but we'll call it blocking. Um, yeah, if you guys can excuse me, I'm gonna get a little bit of water because I forgot to get water, so I'm gonna be back in a few seconds. I'm gonna keep it on maybe Goldars. He's on a lap right now, so good luck. He's right behind the Alfa Romeo driver, so we might see a good lap from the McLaren driver. Be right back, guys. Oh, Darts, if you can hear me, you have disappointed me. A 130.7, you were going so fast, and oh my days, I am disappointed. Actually, in everyone, I'm disappointed in everyone. What are these laps? A 128.6. Come on, guys. Hmm. And it's really noticeable that Metaxakis and yeah, Siros are not actually performing very well. Because, I mean, Metaxakis is always a fast driver. He has put a 157 in. Absolutely horrible lap. And we've got Siros, who, well, he's gonna try and put a great impression. I'm not quite sure if it's called impression, but he's gonna try and get himself into the league, and really by placing himself in P11 with a 132.8, it's not really a great performance by him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. It's a little bit. I'm a little bit disappointed in these guys. I thought they were gonna practice a little bit, and I'm back, and they're even slower than they were before. Hilton Matt right now 128.9. I think I've made a little mistake with my quality labs because a 124? That's maybe a little bit. No, I don't think it's possible actually. Well, I mean, doesn't really matter, you know. Maybe these guys are actually fast and I'm making a bit mistake. We don't know that. I'm gonna go to another driver, as we saw Mitaxaki's not putting in another lap. Bilton Matt is on the lap right now. So we want to have a look. He made the little, how do I say it? The UK flag helmet. But it seems like it's it's the Dutch flag. I made it too. Wait, hold on. With the interviews, and then you can also get a little sneak peek on the new design. So this is gonna be the new interview thing, and I made the bar at the below. You see, it's blue, red, and white, just to make sure that there's no confusion about which track it is actually. Of course, it says Silverstone, but I mean, you always have these people who say, "Oh, that's the Dutch flag." No, man. I'm just trying to do my best, you know. Ah, and Sami is gonna be happy because for the first time in my IRC career, I'm saying Sami and not Salamaris. Because probably I'm saying the name wrong, but you know, I'm giving it a shot. And I wasn't really familiar with the word Sami, and I wasn't really comfortable saying it either. But right now, I mean, he's asked me a couple of times to say Sami instead of his full name, and I'm starting to get a hang of it. But of course, I'm just gonna call Mitaxakis Mita because you know, of course, I'm probably saying that name wrong too. But yeah, I mean, the GFO guys are actually getting in some more people. We see that Zeros is also a GFO driver. And it's really, I think it's a Greek league, to be honest. I would love to check them out, but they haven't really sent me an invite. So if you can hear me, GFO guys, send me an invite. Thank you. Build a map, still in P2. I'm wondering what he's going to do today. Because of course he's a driver who makes quite a few interesting strategy decisions. And I mean, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's an interesting person race wise, well, strategy wise, because I've seen him. Where was it? Let me think where it was. I think it was in Imola, where he went from hards to mediums to soft to soft to soft, and he just kept going on to those softs. I think he went on 4 different soft stints or something. It was actually very funny. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just gonna be okay. I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna make a prediction. So I think that Them Shadow is actually gonna get P1 in Q1, Q3. My apologies. And who's gonna get P2? Ooh, I think Sami. MUFC Timmy is not really showing some great pace today. He just put himself in fifth, but he's still seventh and slower. No, I don't think he's gonna get there. AZ Dog, of course, he's P1 right now, so he might be able to get into that top 5. But I think it's gonna be Tem Shadow, Sami, and not Gotards. Maybe You Don't Trust Me. Those are my bets. I'm not gonna bet for money, guys. If you guys want to bet on money, well, I mean, go ahead, but it won't be with me. It will be with someone in the chat. Maybe I can make a poll. I'm not sure how that works, but would be cool. I don't think it will work. And of course, nobody is watching the stream, so I mean, all the guys that are watching the stream are looking at watching it back in replay after a race. So I'm not really having any watchers during the actual stream. But I mean, if I'm putting it on YouTube, I'm promoting it a little bit, and I get like 50 viewers, which is not too bad. Metaxakis right now 128.5. Was he in my guesses? No, he wasn't actually. I'm gonna put him in 3. I'm gonna put You Don't Trust Me in 5. And maybe AZ Dog in 4. Built and Matt has a little bit of nerve, so I'm gonna put him in 6. And then we've got MUFC Timmy and maybe Gotards in 7 or 8. I'm not sure. Ooh, I'm actually quite tired, guys. I got a jet lag from. Well, I went on vacation to Los Angeles, so I'm really tired. My sleeping schedule is actually ruined. Tem Shadow putting in the fastest lap right now. As I said, he's gonna get P1 in Q3, and he's actually showing great pace. He's 5 tenths slower than P2, who is Meta actually, and AZ Dog 6 tenths slower. Built them at 8 tenths slower. Yeah, I think. I mean, bold prediction. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I think Tem Shadow is gonna win the championship. He is really, really consistent. And MUFC Timmy was on a was on a, how do I say, on a streak for a couple of races, but it seems like he hasn't really scored that much points in Azerbaijan and in Canada. And it doesn't seem like he's very well. I'm gonna overreact. You know, he's not very, very, very consistent. He is consistent, but not extremely. And I think that's something that Temp Shadow is gonna keep holding till the end of the season, because of course we are only in round 10 at the moment. And it's still, I think, 12 more races or something, and tracks like Belgium, Sandford. What are some other tracks? Singapore are actually some tracks that are really difficult, and also like well, Abu Dhabi, where you lose a lot of traction, Saudi Arabia, where you actually have a big chance of spinning. Oh no, that was at the beginning of the season, I think. Saudi Arabia, yeah, it was the beginning of the season, and a lot of drivers actually crashed there. What else do we have? What else is on the calendar, guys? Maybe I think they're also doing Coda. Coda actually a very hard tire consumable track. And yeah, those are really factors you have to keep in mind going into the end of the season. As I'm gonna try, well, for next race, I'm gonna try to get my frames up because this doesn't seem like great quality, does it? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube with, well, I hope the best quality, but it's not really paying out, is it? Um. So yeah, Q2 just finished. It's only Roscoe going into the pits right now, and all the other drivers are actually already in the pits. So I'm not quite sure what we are waiting for, but it seems like we have to wait for another 1 minute. So I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna talk about real quick. Well, yeah, for the drivers who don't know where turn 3, turn 6, and turn 15 are, I've done it with a little. I'm gonna call it a microscope because I cannot see the other word. Chronicle. I don't know what the word is, but you know, you see the things on the turns. We see in the red section that it's gonna be turn 3. Actually, how am I gonna say this? It's a corner where you can dive bomb really quickly, but you can also make a lot of mistakes because if you look up, I'm not quite sure how many drivers are actually driving without anti-lock brakes. Well, ABS off, but yeah, if you have ABS off, it's gonna be difficult dive bombing into that corner. And then we've got turn 6 in the blue sector. Also, well, the thing is, you know, a lot of drivers like to go a little bit deeper into that corner because you get more speed going into the next corner, and you're really on the inside corner. Well, you see that there is a little bit of S. It's not really well, it is S actually, and you see if you're going on the outside into that corner, you're on the inside of the next corner. You don't really have much speed going out of that corner then, but I mean, it's a little bit of an advantage. It's a risk you have to take, and a lot of drivers actually like to go into that inside and then just get the outside on the next corner, turn 7 I think it is, and then just get more speed going into turn 8 and turn 9, and you're basically in front of the drivers into Megans and Beckett's. And then you've got in the yellow section, well, at the end of the speed trap, the pink little, well, cube block rectangle something, it is turn 15 I think it is. uh, a little bit of a more difficult corner to overtake. You have to have DRS and ERS to be able to overtake there, because I mean, with only slipstream you're not going to get there. Maybe with a dive bomb, but I don't suggest diving into that corner because you just shove him wide, and it's not really really suggested if I'm being honest. But yeah, it is a possibility to overtake, and I think the other corners are a little bit difficult. If you see in turn 1, it's going to be risky because you've got a tight corner and a really fast one. You can have a crash like Max Verstappen and Hamilton had last year. And then we got turn 2, not really an overtaking opportunity. Turn 4. Well, turn 4 is also a possibility. Turn 4 is also a possibility, but you have to have a great exit coming out of that corner, and you will be able to overtake them on the main. Well, it's not really the main straight. On the straight, you have DRS, and then turn 6. We spoke about this. Now you're coming into Maggots and Baggots, one of the worst corners to overtake on. I don't suggest overtaking there. And then coming out, you have the DRS straight coming into turn 15, and then you got the little technical section in section 3, actually. Sector 3, I mean, it's the same, you know. And then we've got start finish straight. So, yeah, not many overtaking opportunities. I would say 2 good ones, 1 risky one, and then maybe 1 controversial one. But, I mean, it's a good racing track, you know, a lot of straight lines, a lot of corners, a lot of, I mean, a lot an actual technical circuits like, I would say Saudi Arabia is not really, it is a great racing track for league racing, but I don't like to watch races there because it's just all straight lines, and it's not really something I like to watch. And then we've got Azerbaijan, a lot of straight line speed setups. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like Azerbaijan to watch, actually. It's very difficult to overtake, and I'm gonna close down my messenger, actually, because I'm getting so many messages from the group, actually. So yeah, we're gonna get back to Q3 as we see that who's gonna be first. I think it's Meta who's gonna be first. No, it's actually gonna be You Don't Trust Me. So let's see if he's going to beat that 128. He might be able to. We want to get the telemetry up. Let's have a look. He is going to come across the line with a 128.6. So, I mean, how much did Thames have in Q2? I think it was 128.0, which he... Ooh! Oh, You Don't Trust Me, losing the traction there in turn 1. Maybe turn 2, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Dumb Shadow second, and we see that Meta right now is P1 with an improvement, well, compared to Dumb Shadow by 4 tenths. So that's actually great for the Greek driver, as Dumb Shadow really needs to waste another set of soft tires to be able to get that P1. I'm not quite sure if I'm right. I think P1 is on the left side of the track and P2 is on the right side of the track. So, I mean, if Temp Shadow wants to make a dive bomb into the first corner, he should be able to stay in P2 and try to get a good exit. Well, a good release of the line while the race starts. As he is almost losing some traction there, so who else is on a lap? It is going to be Wilton Matt. He's on the lap right now. It doesn't seem like he's showing great pace at the moment. He invalidated his lap too, so we want to have to look at someone else. Maybe it's Sami. Sami is actually going quite fast, as we see that there's going someone slow into second sector. I think it's the Red Bull of Physico. Yeah, the Red Bull of Physico. Yeah, we want to have a look at Sami. I think he's going for another lap. He's either coming in or going for another lap because it doesn't seem like he's showing some great pace. I need to sneeze. I'll be right back, guys. Sami right now coming across those last few corners as he is making his way over the start finish line as he put a 128.6. So that's the 4th fastest lap in right now. We also see like 4 drivers who haven't put a lap in, so we have to calculate those into the, well, maybe top 5. I don't think, maybe AZ Dog is going to be able to get into that top 5, but other than that, I don't see any risks for Temp Shadow. AZ Dog putting in the 3rd fastest lap. Bilton Matt wasn't able to beat the 128s, and we see that the top 5 is actually filled by 128s and 127s. So it's really going to be a risk for Bilton Matt to come out and battle with these guys, as I need to I need to, how do I say this? Disable my notifications. So I'm gonna get the track. Wow. I mean, I'm gonna get the track information up real quick, guys. It isn't going to take long. I'm not quite sure how to disable them. Um, Notification settings. There we go. All right. So I disabled them. Not many people have put a lap in. It is gonna be Sami, who is on another lap actually. Hasn't he come in yet? He hasn't come in yet. Ah, he's coming in right now. I thought he was going for another lap. Okay, so Steve Penny, P10 right now. I'm gonna get a quick sip of my water. As I hope that the quality is quite decent. Um, as I said, it has been 3 weeks until I actually have commentated. And today is my first day actually because, well, Monday, I was supposed to stream on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But Monday I was so tired. It wasn't actually okay. And I had to go to university, right? And I fell asleep during class and the teacher ignored it, but I was so tired. I came home. I fell asleep on the metro. I fell asleep in the couch. And I wasn't really able to make the evening as I fell asleep at 7 p.m. Local time. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, those leagues got cancelled for the week. And then today is actually my first race. It's IRC Racing League, and I'm gonna say this. It's my favorite one. I don't know if you guys could hear that. If I'm whispering, no, you guys can actually not hear that. It's actually my favorite league because I came into the league and they treated me quite well. It's filled with older people, so I mean, as a youngster, they really appreciated my work. I hope they appreciate my work, of course. But yeah, I mean, the owner, I think it's built on Matt. He's on an art lab right now. We want to have a look at him. He I love him. I mean, as a how do I say it? Not really a boss, but you know, as a manager. Not sure. But yeah, he's really helping me with opinions and stuff because I made the new how do I say this? The new track info chart. And I hope you guys like it. I already had it last week, but I wasn't sure which one to use, and it became this one. And yeah, I'm always asking him his opinions, and it's really helpful. And yeah, I hope he's doing great. I've really been accepted into this community, I hope. And I do want to have some interview actually. Wait, I'm gonna put it in a messenger group. All right, so 1.5 more minutes. It's gonna be meta at P1 right now. And oh my days, he improved by 4 tenths. And Temp Shadow already also improved by, I think it's like 3 tenths, maybe even four. And who else is on the lap? It's gonna be Physical who was on the lap, and it seems like Built and Matt has ruined his lap a little bit. He's not gonna be able to come in the pits, so he's gonna try and put another lap in actually. Built and Matt not being able to put a lap in. Is he coming in? He is actually not coming in. So right now he's going for the lap, and we're gonna have a look at his POV at how he's gonna be able to nail this track at the moment. Losing a little bit of traction going into that main straight, going through corner 1, 2, really beautiful. And going into turn 3, it seems like he has taken the curb quite beautifully. He's going quite wide to get enough traction going into this little DRS straight, as it is not a great overtaking opportunity here on this main straight. But of course, we talked about turn 6 here. It's a very wide one, and you're able to get a lot of traction coming into this corner, as it doesn't seem like he is taking that corner quite wide. To get more traction during this little straight, as we're coming into turn 10, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I'm mistaken. So Maggots and Baggots right now taking a lot of curb. He actually does. He's slowing down a little bit and not taking the whole track, as he had to come off the throttle a little bit there to be able to stay on track. Coming into sector 3 at the moment. And yeah, turn 15, as we spoke already. It is possible, it is difficult, but you know, it doesn't seem like Matt is going to be able to beat the top 3. Maybe. Nah, he isn't going to be able. He's going to put himself in P8. He already did 3 laps on those soft tires. So yeah, it's going to be this for your top 3 actually. There's 2 more drivers, 1 more driver on the track right now. It's Godarts. Is he going to prove himself? Ooh, we didn't see him improve, I think. So if I remember well, your top 3 is going to be Meta P1, Thames P2, and it's going to be Sami P3 actually. And it doesn't seem like Godart's improved. It's going to be MUFC Timmy P6. You don't trust me P5. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh, my prediction was almost right. If Sami and Meta were turned around and AZ Dog was behind You Don't Trust Me, and it was going to be almost the same. I'm going to have a look at the messenger group real quick. HTTPS. No way. So how long did you guys already didn't hear me? Oh, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. It's gonna be wet weather. This is really frustrating, guys. Oh, I'm not sure how long you guys can hear me. Oh, this is frustrating. I was probably no. It actually it wasn't from the last time I went away. Yeah, I'm disappointed. So it's gonna be wet weather. I want to have a look back at the stream actually. I don't think it's gonna be up there. Yeah, no, I'll have to wait for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where it really quit recording my voice. It's gonna be Mitaxaki's P1, Tem Shadow P2, and Salamari's P3 for the guys who missed the stream. Well, who missed my voice. And yeah, it's gonna be wet weather. And we want to have a look at how many drivers actually made a position change. Oh, I'm very frustrated, guys. I'm very frustrated. My apologies for the guys who couldn't hear me. I do think that my microphone sometimes just stops recording. Because I mean, I was gonna get a drink, and I do think that I recorded it then again. And then I had to sneeze, and I think that's where it stopped recording. But I thought I enabled it again, but doesn't seem like it. Maybe I pressed the button. Maybe I pressed the button. Hold on. Yeah, no, I pressed the button, but it doesn't really do anything. So Mitasaki's P1 right now. Roscoe disqualified. You don't trust me disqualified, so those guys will be like half a meter back at the starting position. Siros also. So it's gonna be 5 lights. Ooh, a lot of drive-through penalties. No, the top 4. No. Oh, this is so disappointing, guys. Gotards with another amazing start as he finds himself in P5. And there's a lot of carnage going into turn 1. But yeah, basically the top 4 has a drive-through penalty, and it's going to be a safety car, I think. There's a lot of yellow flags. Doesn't seem like anyone has DNF'd. But I'm not quite sure who was in the middle of the trick there. I thought it was a Williams driver, so it might have been Steve Penny. Mitasaki's drive-through penalty, speeding under the VSC. So right now he has 2. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I thought Mitaksaki had 2 drive-through penalties, but doesn't seem like it. So we want to have a look at the penalties real quick. It's gonna be Mitaksaki's with a drive-through penalty, AZ Dog with a drive-through, Tem Shadow, and then Tsami actually with a drive-through too. MUFC Timmy with 5 seconds of penalties, Built and Matt with 5 seconds, and Steve Penny with 5 seconds too. So yeah, this is gonna be very frustrating for all the drivers. I mean, Gotards is currently in P1 if we, well, take those drive-through penalties in calculation. But I mean, yeah, it's really well. I mean, it all started with Mitaksakis, who went off his starting position too quick, and then all the drivers behind him just followed him. And I think it was You Don't Trust Me was the first driver who didn't really went into the pits. Well, who didn't start too soon, but he had a bad start because Gotards was already able to overtake him. Metaxakis is into the pits right now. Gotards is not into the pits, so he will be able to overtake them. It seems like Gotards is the driver with the fastest lap. And it's gonna take quite a bit of time for those drivers to cross the line because it's gonna be rainy weather. It will take 2 minutes per lap, and it's gonna be 26 laps, so that will take another hour before every driver has finished the race. So yeah, Gotards right now, he's really losing some pace compared to Tem Shadow. It seems like Tem Shadow is really a weather god, like rain god. I'm not sure how I should call it. Like he's Max Verstappen 2.0. He's showing great pace during qualifying. He's showing great pace during the race. The drivers are really slowing down. Not quite sure why. It seems like there is a VSC, and I hope there isn't going to be any safety car today. Because last race I had this safety car. Well, no safety cars during whole race. Amazing. I loved it. I would just pay every league back for every race I have commentated without a safety car. It is absolutely amazing. But yeah, right now Tem Shadow finds himself in P1, Gotards P2, and then we've got Physical who made quite a lot of positions. Finds himself in P6 right now. P3 right now. He gained 6 positions. My apologies. Uh, and Spidey, the new guy, he gained 7 positions. So yeah, it's also thanks to that drive-through penalty by the top four, Mitasaki's AZ Dog, and then I think it was Salamari's who all had a drive-through penalty. I'm not quite sure why Bilton Matt came into the pits. He must be very frustrated because I mean he lost 8 positions, and Temp Shadow is coming into the pits for his drive-through penalty, so it's going to be Gotar's P1, and I think there's going to be a little bit of a overtake by these guys because I mean Gotar's is only 5 tenths in front of Physico. So it seems like he's not showing some great pace, and I think it was where was it? It was the second race I drove. I commentated. It was Imola where Gotards was really fast off the line, and then he was just losing positions after positions because it was raining, and it seems like he's not really that fast during raining conditions. And Physico is really showing some great pace. So both drivers are currently fighting for the Niki Lauda Championship, as it seems like Gotards is 81 points in front of Physical, but I mean, if he keeps this up, he is gonna keep it in front of Physical, and it's gonna maintain for a while if he keeps driving like this, because it would be great if he got his first podium here. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be his first podium, but his first race win at his home Grand Prix, and I don't think that. Well, I mean, built an Reezy in the pits. What happened, buddy? I was talking about you in in Q1 or Q2 that you were very unlucky, but you were gonna redeem yourself, and now you're finding yourself in P16. What happened? This is so unfortunate. I was rooting for you, but doesn't seem like it helped really much. Maybe a little bit of a reversed uh, commentator. How do I say this? Commentator curse that I'm saying you're gonna do good, and then you're not really gonna do good. But yeah, Gotards P1, Physical P2, and then we got You Don't Trust Me in P3, and it seems like Salamaris is gonna make a move on Double Cream Cat, who gains 7 positions. So actually a lot of gainers, a lot of losers during this race. Fastest lap of 1:44, so it's actually not gonna take 1 hour. It's gonna take like 1 hour and 45. 45 minutes in total for this raid to be completed. As we see that there's coming another driver into the pits, is gonna be Mitasaki's. No, I'm not sure what's happening there because he already came into the pits, and I think he's going to quit racing. I'm not quite sure. He can't really give up because he might be able to gain a few positions. He might go to intermediates. Let's have a look. Actually, at the tires, he's coming into the pits, but it doesn't seem like he changed his tires. Maybe I do was right about the double drive-through, because right now he went into the pits without changing his tires and without changing anything, and he just drove through the pit lane. So I think he had the double drive-through, but it didn't really show that on the screen. But I mean, Salamaris with a beautiful move right now. Going into, well, as I spoke, it was, what corner was it? Turn 6? Yeah, it was actually turn 6, or was it turn 3? I'm not quite sure, but he made the move work. It was beautiful around the inside, I think it was, and then he's outside on the next corner. And you see, as I spoke during Q3, it really worked out for the Greek driver, as he finds himself already 7 tenths in front of Double Cream Cat. We want to have a look back at the front of the grid, as we see that Physical is making his way back up a little bit closer to Gotards. 6 tenths right now, 7 tenths, and it seems like You Don't Trust Me is also getting closer, 2.5 seconds, so he might be able to get into that 1 second within 5 laps, and he's really sliding through that corner, so he's 4 seconds slower right now. So I think he lost the car, which is quite disappointing for I think it's a Dutch driver, I'm not sure. No, it's probably an English driver. Yeah, he's English. But yeah, I mean, he was having a great race, but he's not one of the most consistent ones. I think his name is Michael, if I remember well. A young driver, actually. You Don't Trust Me right now. 6 seconds behind, so he really lost his car there, but he isn't really need to be afraid from the drivers behind him, because Steve Penny right now is already, well, already he's 8 seconds behind him, so he's not really a big threat to the British driver. But we do have to keep in mind that he might make another mistake, and then of course, if you make a few mistakes, Steve Penny is going to get a little bit closer and closer every time you make a mistake. So really don't you see, he's really losing traction here, and he's losing some time every, well, over and over again, because he was, how fast, well, how close was he? 2.5 seconds. Right now he's, well, he was 6 seconds a few minutes ago. Right now he's 6.5, and it's really adding up. But it seems like Steve Penny is not really showing some great pace either. I mean, in sector 3, I think it's through Maggots and Beckett's, it's really gaining time, because it was at 8.6. Right now he's 8.3. And oh, my apologies, guys. Who else is really close to another driver? I think it's Metaxakis, who's really close to Timmy. Timmy not really having his race, finding himself in P2 in the drivers' standings. And Temp Shadow, if he's keeping it up like this, he's P6 right now. That will gain him 8 points. 8 points will leave him at 132 points. And if the other two drivers don't really score any points, which it does not seem like it, because Sami is already at P8, it's gonna be even a closer battle, because I mean, MUFC Timmy isn't scoring any points right now. He finds himself right behind Hawk. And Roscoe with a 3-second time penalty. And Metaxakis is, it seems like Timmy is holding up Metaxakis because he's trying to get Hawk to go away 5 seconds already, and these drivers are really having a battle. It seems like it's really storming out there in Silverstone. What kind of move is Meta going to make? It's going through the inside, as I spoke about this already. And it seems like Timmy is going to try to do the switchback. He's going to go a little bit more wide to get more traction out of this corner. But it does seem like Meta has a better, I mean, a better range setup, because look, he has more traction coming out of that corner, even if he is on the inside. And yeah, he's really, wow, taking quite a bit of lead already, 6 tenths, and it's really adding up through these corners. Maggots and Baggots, it's already going to 8 tenths, and I do expect him to be out of the second on this main straight, 1.3 seconds. So yeah, he already made the move work. It was an easy move through turn 6. As I expected, there was going to be a lot of overtakes there. So we want to have a look back at Physical right now, who is having a little bit of a battle with Godards. He isn't really getting any closer. But I mean, if those tires are degrading, I'm not quite sure. Degrading. No, I don't know what the definition is. Metaxakis with the fastest lap right now. But yeah, if those tires are really getting slower, we might see a few mistakes from both drivers, and it's really gonna be important to see what drivers is gonna make the most mistakes, because that will lose you the race. Spidey, Sami, and Double Cream Cat right now in a 3-way battle for P7, and it seems like Spidey is holding the two drivers a little bit behind them, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be this way for a long time, because Sami is already 4 tenths behind Spidey. And I mean, Spidey is showing some great pace. You know, it's better than Siros, who is right now in P15, and both drivers are some new guys. But Spidey already scoring his first points, and I think if he keeps it up like this, like he's gonna score, I think it's 6 points. Wait, yeah, it's gonna be 6 points he'll gain. He will have more points than Double Cream Cat, and Double Cream Cat, I think he has finished, well, he has done every race since I've been commentating. I mean, Double Cream Cat is going to score 2 points right now, but that's still not going to be enough, because Double Cream Cat has 2 points at the moment in the current driver standings. And Spidey is, he's really careful with his throttle. Um, Going into those corners, he is lifting a little bit to not have too much traction. That's really playing a part in his battle with Sami at the moment, because he's keeping him behind him. And I do expect this to stay this way for a little bit more. I think 3 or 4 laps, and then I think Sami is just gonna say, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna battle him and take the risk of crashing," because at the moment he's losing a lot of time compared to Steve Penny and Tem Shadow. Tem Shadow, one of his main competitors at the moment for the Drivers' Championship. And AZ Dog finds himself in P4. He also made a few comeback positions. You Don't Trust Me gained 2, Physical gained 7, and we see that Gotards gained 6. So who's going to be the driver of the day today? Right now, I think it's going to be... well, it has to be Temp Shadow. You know why? No, not... I'm not gonna say anything yet. You know, I'm gonna wait till the end of the race, but I do need to get my questions up already. So if anyone has some questions for the top 3, as I don't think it's gonna stay like this, I think Temp Shadow is gonna come back. But yeah, if you have some questions for the top 3, make sure to drop them in the comment section, as we want to have the most interesting questions to ask these guys, because I cannot keep asking the same questions every week after week. I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. And there is going to be a little bit of a move from Physical here going into Megas and Baggets. It seems like he's a little bit too far behind. Is he too far behind? That's the question. 2 tenths, 3 tenths, and he seems to have more traction coming into the main straight here. The drivers won't have DRS, but I do think it's going to be enough. He's going to use all his ERS to make a move here in turn 15. As I said, it's going to be very difficult without DRS and ERS to make a move here, but he almost made it work. But drivers are battling so hard that You Don't Trust Me is really coming closer. He was 6.8 seconds a few laps back, and right now he's 5.7 seconds behind, 5.5, so he's really coming closer. And it seems like Reezy, I think it's Reezy who finds himself right behind these two. I think there's a new rule about the drivers needing to make room for the drivers who are going to lap them. But yeah, Physical back at 5 tenths, and he's really saving his battery at the moment. Not sure how much Gotthard still has. 81%. Now, this is what I call ERS management, guys. Overtake management. 70%. This is absolutely great. And he's almost popping the fastest lap in. He's 75 thousandths slower. Mitaksaki is putting in the fastest lap at the moment. And he finds himself already in P9. So let's have a look if he's going to make a move on Double Cream Cat. It does seem like it's going to happen at the next corner, turn 6. As we spoke about this corner already a few times, is he going to make the move work on the inside or the outside? That's going to be the question. He's using some ERS, but I don't think he's going to make the move work. He's going to dive bomb it on the inside. That's a very interesting move by Metaxakis, but I mean, it is beautiful, you know. Double Cream Cat left enough space for Metaxakis to make the move work, and yeah, he's passed. You know, he dove on the inside, and then he went a little bit wide to go into turn. I think it's turn 8, turn 7. It is actually turn 7, and then having more traction. And right now, like he did to, I think it was Spidey, already gaining 1 second on that sector 2, I think it is. And yeah, going into Maggots and Baggets, he already has 1.5 seconds, well, 1.6 seconds of a gap. to the car he just overtook. So we're gonna get back to physical right now, who finds himself still behind Godards, and I want to see some moves from these two guys because I think it's gonna stay like this for like another 10 laps or something because they're not really making any moves. Especially Physical, who finds himself right behind Gotards. Is he going to make a move on the inside? He actually is not going to make that move work. Metaxakis with a 144.1, so he's really on a rampage at the moment. He might even try to make the move work on his well, Greek companion at the moment because he is already within 1 second. And it seems like Sami doesn't really have a range setup. He's really losing some traction and really losing a lot of time compared to Metaxakis. And Gotars gets his first 3 second penalty. So Physico just has to keep it clean behind Gotards and he will probably get that P1 because, of course, it's gonna. Well, if Sami and Metaxakis are as fast as Max Verstappen or something like that, they're still not going to be able to overtake Gotards. And it seems like Sami just let Metaxakis overtake him. Not sure what the plan is behind that, but maybe he has a broken front wing. We don't know this, but I mean, it's that's the only controversial thing I want to talk about. If you know each other and you're trying to be nice for the other drivers, simply don't let him through, mate. This is not nice. I mean, I know he's very fast, but it ruins the racing. It's also not gonna be like this. So we are racing in the actual Formula One, right? And Max Verstappen is on a rampage. He's right behind Lando Norris. And Lando Norris, I think he's a good friend from Max Verstappen. I think. I'm not quite sure. Let's take another driver. Let's say Fernando Alonso. So he's right behind Fernando Alonso, and Fernando Alonso says, "Ah, fuck this. I'm slower. I'm gonna let him go through." That's just stupid. You're earning your money. Of course, these drivers aren't earning money, but you have to keep in mind that this is for the championship battle, and of course, Salamaris, Sami. My apologies, Sami. 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 At the moment, P7, he's losing 2 points, and that's not good for the championship actually, because where is Temp Shadow? P10 at the moment, and it seems like someone has crashed there. I think it was Roscoe. Was it Roscoe? No, it was Hawk. I think it was Hawk. Yeah, as I spoke, it doesn't seem to be a great race for the Alfa Romeo drivers. One in P9, one in P12, and they're again not getting great points for the constructors. And it seems like Mercedes isn't either, so it's going to be Williams scoring some great points. McLaren also scoring some great points, and I want to have a look at the standings real quick, as it is McLaren who finds himself in P6, I think it is. With Williams and Ferrari right in front of him, and we see that there's none of the Ferrari drivers in today, so they're gonna lose some points compared to McLaren and Williams today, as we see that Metaxakis and Steve Penny are going to get some great points, and AZ Dog made the move work. I mean, the move work. Both drivers are into the pits for wet tires. I think they are on. Are they going for wet tires? Are they going for wet tires? They're going for intermediate tires. That's going to be interesting, guys. Let's see if he's really losing some time compared to the other drivers. Maybe Steve Penny. Let's have a look. He is on wet tires. And what tire is Physical on? We want to have a look. He's also on intermediate tires. So drivers are making a great risk going onto the intermediate tires, but I mean, it's worth a try. He's really keeping Steve Penny behind him, and it seems like the intermediate tires are working. It seems like they have more traction coming out of that corner, but going onto the main straight, they are losing a little bit of time. And Steve Penny, he is showing some great pace, but I wouldn't say he is excellent, because he is right now losing 1.1. I mean, he's 1.1 seconds behind Gotards, and the rain stopped, and I think the track is drying up. So all the other drivers, I suggest you to go onto intermediate tires because Gotthard is keeping Steve right behind him, and he's on intermediate tires, and they were actually cold. So right now they're a little bit warmed up, and we should see a little bit of a difference in time, also in pace. Um, do we see any other overtakes? We see that Gotthard's made the move work on AZ Dog. What position is AZ Dog going to come out on? I think it's going to be around P7. Yeah, it's going to be right behind Physico because all those drivers haven't done a pit stop yet. Only Physico is the one who has done a pit stop, and AZ Dog went on to the intermediate tires. And as the sooner you go into the intermediate tires, the better you're off because Gotards and AZ Dog, well, no, Physical went onto the intermediate tires, and they were, I mean, they're faster than all the the wet tire runners. So yeah, all the other drivers right behind them aren't really gaining time at the moment. They're on a slower tire. They're not gaining any positions, and yeah, all the other drivers who went on to the intermediate tires are really gaining time. We are going to see this compared, well, AZ Dog compared to Salamari's, Sami. My apologies, because I'm saying the name wrong too. It's Sami Laras, but I'm saying Salamaris. I don't know why, guys. I mean, I might be di, di, dyslectic. These dyslect. Yeah, even I can say that word. I'm UFC Timmy with a 3-second penalty. Uh, well, a lot of people with penalties actually. What is this? I'm confused. Look at this. Gotards 3 second of penalty. Steve Penny 5 second of penalty. You don't trust me 3 second of penalty. Metaxakis. You are keeping the line up. I mean, it's not really a word. How do I say this? You're keeping the streak going. You had 12 seconds of penalties in Monaco, and right now you're gonna lose the race with 6 seconds of penalties. What is this? What is this? I'm so frustrated, guys. We see a lot of penalties actually at the moment, but I do think it's because of the weather. But I mean, come on, fucking 5 drivers don't have a penalty from the 16. What is this? I'm ah, uh, as I see, it seems like the block is not really. Hold on, guys. All right, there we go. So this is looking better. Um, yeah, we don't see many overtakes at the moment. It's gonna be Hawk who is coming a little bit closer to Metaxakis. Temp Shadow is very close. We don't want to miss this. Through Meggets and Beckets. Oh my days, is this gonna make my day? You know, we haven't seen some great overtakes today, and maybe Temp Shadow is gonna make it work. Going into the main straight right now. Oh, we're gonna see a move through turn 15. I think it's gonna be the first one of the day and the last one too. Is he gonna make the move work? He actually isn't. Because he was going on the outside and MUFC Timmy sort of blocked Temp Shadow. And it seems like MUFC Timmy is coming into the pits, but has Temp Shadow pitted already? It seems like it, yeah. And AZ Dog is right now the fastest on track because he went onto the intermediate tires, and the drivers who didn't really go onto the intermediate tires yet are are showing a lack of pace. We want to have a look at the position changes. Sami Laras, Sami, in P7 right now, and he got his brains out, you know. Well, he got his brains in his head at the moment because he went down to the pits for intermediate tires, but he should have done it a couple of laps ago already. It's almost dry on the track already. I would even try. No, I wouldn't even try to go on soft tires. But it's really drying up, and sticking to these wet tires isn't really the way to go, in my opinion. Let's have a look at what tires they're on. Steve Penny is the only driver on the wet tires at the moment. Well, also MUFC Timmy. He just came into the pits for wet. Timmy, Timmy, what? Timmy, come on, man. Timmy, what is this? He went onto wet tires. It's almost dry tire weather. Maybe he has some information we don't have. Hmm. Maybe it's gonna rain heavily. We don't know this. Oh, I'm gonna have a quick look at the football, guys. Because it's the Belgian Devils who are having a little bit of a battle right now. It's 2-1 for the Belgian Devils. Is there actually any other Euro Nations League? Okay, so I'm for all the drivers who are watching, we're gonna have a look at England. Are they actually playing? England is not even playing. They're playing tomorrow against Italy. Oh, great. But yeah, we are not watching at football right now. We are watching at Formula One, the IRC Racing League, Season 12, round 10, I think it is, of the Silverstone circuit. And we've got Physical coming a little bit closer to Steve Penny. And Steve Penny, is he going to stick on these wet tires for another 9 laps? I hope he isn't, but it does seem like he is going to try and stretch them till the end. If he's pitting right now, he might be able to come out in P8. But yeah, he isn't really going to lose another 4 positions in 8 laps. In my 8 laps, yeah. He's gonna lose another position to AZ Dog though. Roscoe 3 seconds of penalty. And I want to have a look at AZ Dog. He finds himself right behind Steve Penny, and Steve Penny doesn't seem to keep up with Physico. So he's gonna lose a little bit of more time battling AZ Dog. 6 tenths, yeah, it's gonna be over in the next few corners. You don't trust me with the fastest lap right now. He's really keeping the pace up right now, being in P2, and I think Physico made a little mistake. I think he made a mistake going into the pits, because here's the thing, Gotards and Physical went into the pits at the same time, and they were only a few tenths separated by each other. Going out of the pits, Gotards was still in P1 or P2, and we saw that Physical was around P8, or no, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, P6 somewhere there, and he really lost some time into the pits. I'm not quite sure what it was. Maybe he had a broken front wing during his battle with Gotards. But yeah, it seems like You Don't Trust Me made the overtake work on Physical, while the other is not really an undercut. It was really an overcut, because You Don't Trust Me stayed on those wet tires for a little bit longer than Physical and Gotards, and it seems to have paid off. Physical 8 seconds slower, because I don't think it's only because of that strategy. It's already also because of a mistake. But we didn't really catch that. So You Don't Trust Me is putting fastest laps in after fastest laps, and we might be able to see him overtake Gotards within 8 laps if he's keeping the pace up like this. We're not gonna get back to those two guys, because it seems like 4 seconds. I think there's someone in between. Gotards putting in the fastest lap in right now. And the question is, who is going to win? Because I think the top 3 right now hasn't even won a race. Or even be top 3. I'm not quite sure. I think Gotards has become top 3 in... It was not Imola. It was the race after Imola. Which race was that? I think it was Saudi Arabia or something. Who else is closer? I think it's Sami who is quite close to Metaxakis. Built a mat with 3 seconds of penalty. Built a mat, not really having the race of his life at the moment. He started P8 after a disappointing qualifying. Because here's the thing, in Q3, well, in Q2, he was quite fast. He was putting a fifth fastest lap in or something. And in Q3, he just made mistakes after mistakes. And yeah, right now, he is in P13, losing 5 positions. Not sure what happened there. He had a 5-second penalty, I think. Yeah, MUFC Timmy coming into the pits. And we want to have a look at Steve Penny. Did he go for a pit stop? Let's have a look. Tires. He did go for a pit stop. Okay, that's interesting because if he didn't go for a pit stop, he might have been able to get well in front of Temp Shadow or maybe even well Metaxakis or even Temp Shadow. And it is 7 more laps going into this race. As my tummy is really hungry, so I want to get a little cookie, but I think I'm not having enough time to finish the race. Then AZ Dog 5 tenths behind Physical, and I'm gonna get the questions up already, so you guys will be able to see this screen. But I'm going to get the questions up real quick. I'm gonna get everyone a question. I think it's gonna be Gotards. Um, right, Gotards is already made, but we want to have a look at the battle between Physical and Easy Dog because it's not firm at who is going to make the top 3 complete. It seems like AZ Dog is really losing some traction. As I'm gonna be back in a few seconds because I have to go somewhere. So I will be right back, guys. Just a few. Alright, guys, I'm back at it again. My apologies if my microphone is going to, well, uh, be disabled again. It seems like it's a safety car. No, no, no. No, guys, what is this? 4 more laps and it's gonna be a safety car. Ah. Roscoe has left the session. He wasn't really doing great, but I mean, Oh, come on. It was no safety car all race, and right now we got a safety car. And a lot of drivers have a drive-through. We want to have a look at the drive-through penalty. Oh no, it's physical and easy dog with a drive-through. And then it's gonna be Thames getting P3 actually. Sami and Mitaksakis have a drive-through too. That's their second drive-through of the evening. Ah, come on. Ah, I'm disappointed, guys. It's 4 more laps, and these guys managed to get a drive-through penalty. 4 more laps. I guess I need to reformulate my questions because I mean I made a few and it seems to be ruined right now. I mean, guys, what can I say? I didn't really see the crash, to be honest. I'm gonna have a look at Messenger if. And my microphone went off again. I think it's when I'm quiet for a few seconds. It's not recording any footage, and I need to have a look how that works because it's really annoying because then I'm talking and I'm looking at my screen and I see, oh, it's not recording, and then you guys don't hear anything either. And earlier, it happened for the same reason. And I was talking for like 5 minutes, and then I noticed, oh, I'm not, well, it's not recording. AC Dog, 3 seconds of penalties. I want to face palm myself right now so hard. What are these guys doing? Come on, everyone has a penalty at the end of the race. Um, so let's have a look. Oh, Physical and AZ Dog still have a drive through. Safety car is in this lap, so those drivers who have to come in and get their drive through. So it's probably gonna be Tem Shadow who will get the P3. So okay, guys. So the safety car is in right now. Gotards is going for um well, a takeoff with You Don't Trust Me right behind him, already 5 tenths behind. So I'm gonna leave the questions up right, well, for what it is right now, as you want to focus on the race, because that's the most important thing we want to focus on right now. We see that Gotards 7 tenths in front of You Don't Trust Me, and we see that AZ Dog still has to come into the pits. Physical also has to come into the pits. Sami also, Metaxakis also, and everyone is actually coming into the pits for their drive-through penalty. So that's not really, well, it's not really great, you know. AZ Dog had a great race, and then the last few laps he gets a drive-through penalty. But yeah, You Don't Trust Me is really slowing down. Not sure what he's doing. It seems like he doesn't really have much traction, and Gotards is really keeping up for his first place this season. Actually, he's finding his way in the Niki Lauda Championship and also in Drivers Championship. And You Don't Trust Me is, wait a second, Damn Shadow is gonna win the race. Damn Shadow is gonna win the race because Gotards has 3 seconds of penalties, and You Don't Trust Me is gonna have 3 seconds of penalties. And then Temp Shadow is just gonna steal this P1. You don't trust me is making the move on AZ Dog. But guys, this is mind blowing. AZ Dog has to come in. He isn't coming in, so he is gonna get disqualified from the session. He has to come in. AZ Dog with the fastest lap right now. And Temp Shadow is gonna steal that P1 from Gotards. So Gotards, if you hear me, put in some pace, mate. Put in some pace. He's super close. He's super close. And actually, the only thing You Don't Trust Me has to do is keep up Temp Shadow, actually, for Gotards to get that P1. That would be amazing. If You Don't Trust Me keeps up Temp Shadow, then Gotards will have his first place, but it doesn't seem like it. If we add all the things up, he's only 2.7 seconds behind, so he will steal that P1. We have to have a look, though. We have to have a look. What is gonna happen? You Don't Trust Me has to keep him up. Well, hold him back, actually. You don't trust me. We don't trust you. What you're going to do? He has another 3 second penalty, so it will look like a P3 for You Don't Trust Me in any situation. Maybe, well, I mean, if he crashes out, of course he isn't going to get a P3, but it is only going to be important to see what Temp Shadow is going to be doing. If he's my apologies, guys. If he's keeping up the pace like this, he's gonna get P1. If Gotards is keeping up the pace like this, he's gonna get P1. I mean, this is a great ending of the Grand Prix. Actually, it's back interesting because at the middle of the race it was a little bit boring, but right now, Gotards P1. Actually, P2. Temp Shuttle stole the race win from Gotards, and You Don't Trust Me is gonna finish the podium with a P3. So we're gonna get the interview chart up real quick. There we go. So I mean, we're gonna have to wait till the race is actually over because we want to see the final standings. All right, guys. So I'm gonna close down the thing. So we're gonna prepare ourselves. Here we go. Okay. So um, we're gonna get the guys ready. So it's gonna be who's gonna be the drivers? It's gonna be Miss Michael. No, it's not Michael. Wait. All right, guys. So I'm gonna call the group. It's gonna be. I don't know who to invite actually. Michael? No, I don't think it's gonna be Michael. Um, so who do we call? It's gonna be Otarts. It's gonna be. Where do I find him here? I can't find him. Where is he? It's not going very smooth, is it? Yeah, the only one I can invite is Liam. Oh, Gotards! Great race today. It was very close between you and P2 today. Were you frustrated that the safety car came out this late in the race, or weren't you really bothered?
Uh, I'm not bothered. I've putting doing my own thing, putting my tyres into temperature and in the start, and just kind of continue what I do best, which is to
Okay.
keep the car on the track.
Okay. Did you notice that Thames actually didn't have a penalty? Were you trying to push those last few laps, or did you already knew that Thames was a little bit faster than you during this race, or were you really trying to get that P1 in Silverstone here today?
I was trying to get the P1, but I got a 3 second penalty, and that what cost me. But Temps did a brilliant job to catch up with the pack. I'd like to congratulate him on his victory today at Silverstone.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean, he had a great race today, but you, of course, also had a great race. You're actually a god with race starts, in my opinion. You're always trying. Well, I mean, today I think you gained 3 or 4 positions during the race start, and it's always surprising me how fast you are during the race. The race start actually. Can you give us a little bit more information about how you try to get the perfect race start?
just get the tyres up to temperature. That's all it is. Just get the tyres up to temperature, get your grid spot perfectly, and then soon as the red lights goes out, you're underway.
Yeah, I
That,
mean, a lot of drivers had the drive-through penalty today. It doesn't seem like. I mean, it really. How do I say this? Um, it really affected your podium today. But do you think you were able to get the podium today without those other drivers getting the drive-through at the beginning of the race?
uh, in my point of view, there's quite a lot of fast drivers behind me. I kept hold of physical at the beginning of the race. I kept hold of you don't trust me behind for until a safety car. So I keep putting fastest laps in, but obviously it didn't work out for me. There's quite a lot of fast drivers around.
Mhm. All right, thank you a lot, and congrats on that P2. And we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it for the interviews today because I can't seem to interview those other guys. I might try to invite them. Very funny, guys. It was Matt who actually joined, but you shouldn't be the one joining. Let's have a look if any other driver is going to join. It doesn't seem like it. So we're gonna round up the interviews for today. I'd like to thank you guys for watching the stream, and I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you guys next week again, of course, if I'm still invited. We're gonna have a look at the standings real quick. What changed? I think Them Shadow got P1 again in the Drivers' Championship, and it's gonna be built on Matt, who might have lost his position to Gotards. I mean, guys, it's a roller coaster of emotions at the moment. I see in the chat that there are actually a lot of people frustrated. So we're just going to come back next week and see whatever it's going to bring. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Peace out.